can't believe it. It worked. The sign actually worked. One of my customers brought me chocolate. Oh no. Okay, it wasn't really because of the sign. They had brought something in for framing that they had washed and totally washed properly. They had prepared it before they stitched it. They washed their floss before they stitched it to make sure that any dye that was going to run out did so then. They stitched it, they washed it, and when it was, after it was washed, when it was still wet, the brown dye ran out of the brown threads, and there was a shadow underneath one of the cats. I didn't take a picture of it when the dye was still there. I only have the after picture of that, but I have some before pictures of some of the other parts where you can see that the dye ran. Interestingly, people always think that it's red that's going to be the one that dyes, the dye color that runs the most. But in my experience, because I do wash people's stuff when they bring it in for framing, if they ask to have it washed, the colors that run the most, in my experience, have been purples and browns. Reds too sometimes, but browns I think have probably been the worst. Anyway, I spent a bunch of time. I use OxyClean gel to get stuff like that out of the fabric. I make sure you can see in the picture that I put it right, it's almost right up to the stitches, but only in the fabric, not touching the stitches, so that it doesn't discolor the stitches at all. And after quite a while of it sitting there, a couple of attempts to get it to come out, it did come out. I've had very good success with that stuff. OxyClean, it doesn't seem to damage the fabric in any way or discolor it. I've used it several times on some pretty bad stains. And anyway, success. The color came out and the finished piece looked great. And she was very happy, and she brought me chocolate, which is very kind of her because she's a super sweet person who has helped me out in the shop many, many times as a volunteer just because she's kind. So the chocolate was a super unexpected, lovely thing.